Researchers once scanned people's brains at the exact moment they decided to get even with someone, not after. In the moment of deciding, and the region that lit up wasn't anger, it was the same reward circuit that lights up for food, for money, for anything your brain considers a genuine win. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If getting revenge feels, to your own brain, indistinguishable from winning something good, why does it so often leave people feeling worse than before? In 2004, researchers in Zurich set up a simple trust game. One person hands over money to a stranger, trusting they'll get a fair share back. Sometimes, the stranger keeps it all, betrays the trust completely. When that happened, the person who'd been betrayed was given a choice: let it go or spend some of their own money to punish the person who wronged them. Real cost, no practical benefit. Punishing didn't give them their money back. It just evened the score. While people made that decision, researchers were watching their brain activity in real time. Here's what they found. The moment someone chose to punish, a region called the caudate nucleus lit up, part of the brain's dorsal striatum, the same reward circuitry involved in anticipating something genuinely pleasurable. And it wasn't uniform. The people whose caudate activation was strongest were the same people willing to sacrifice the most money just to punish the person who wronged them. The stronger the anticipated reward felt, the more they were willing to pay for it. Your brain, in other words, doesn't just tolerate revenge. It appears to treat the prospect of getting even as a genuine reward, comparable structurally to the reward of winning something for yourself. So here's the question worth sitting with. If your brain rewards revenge like a genuine win, shouldn't getting revenge actually feel like one? This is where it gets strange, because a separate team of researchers, Kevin Carl-Smith, along with Timothy Wilson and Daniel Gilbert, decided to test exactly that. Not what people expect to feel after revenge, what they actually do feel. They set up a similar situation. A free rider who took more than their fair share from a group. Some participants got the chance to punish that person, others didn't. And beforehand, everyone predicted how they thought they'd feel afterward. Nearly everyone predicted the same thing. Punishing would feel satisfying. Closure, justice, a weight lifted. That's not what happened. The people who actually got to punish the offender ended up feeling worse than the people who never got the chance at all. Worse than their own prediction. Worse, even, than simply moving on and doing nothing. Revenge didn't deliver the closure everyone expected. It did close to the opposite. Which raises the real question this video is actually about. If the anticipation lights up a reward circuit, but the actual execution leaves people feeling worse, what's happening in between those two moments? Here's the answer the researchers landed on. And it's almost poetic in how simple it is. People who punished the offender kept thinking about them afterward, replaying it, turning it over. The offender stayed present, front and center in their mind. Long after the moment had passed, people who didn't punish, on the other hand, tended to move on. They thought about the offender less and let the whole thing fade faster. Punishing doesn't close the loop. It reopens it. The act of getting even requires staying mentally tied to the person who hurt you, replaying what they did, justifying why they deserved it, watching for whether the punishment landed. That rumination is the opposite of moving on. It's staying anchored to the exact person you were trying to get free of. So, why does revenge feel this good to plan, and so often feel hollow once it's done? Because your brain isn't actually rewarding the outcome. It's rewarding the anticipation, the fantasy of the moment, the imagined satisfaction, the mental rehearsal of finally getting even. That reward circuit lights up during the planning, the scheming, the imagining. It was never built to evaluate whether the real, executed version would actually deliver what the fantasy promised. And it usually doesn't, because the price of collecting on that fantasy is staying locked onto the person who hurt you for exactly as long as it takes to make sure they feel it. The sweetness was always front-loaded into the wanting. The actual having, more often than not, comes with a bill nobody budgeted for. Here's the uncomfortable thread running through this entire series. Your brain's reward system doesn't reliably reward what's actually good for you. It rewards what feels imminent, uncertain, and emotionally charged. The unpredictable text back, the fantasy of getting even, the anticipation of a win that hasn't happened yet. That's the exact same wiring a manipulator learns to exploit in someone else. Episode 1 of this series, the unpredictable little hit of attention, keeping you hooked, long after logic would have told you to walk away. Different situation, same reward circuit, same vulnerability. Whether someone else is pulling the string, or you're pulling it yourself. Maybe the real lesson, across everything you've watched this week, is the same one, said 8 different ways. The feeling of certainty, that this will fix it, that this person is safe, that this is the moment everything finally makes sense, was never proof of anything. It was just your brain, doing exactly what it evolved to do. The only real defense is knowing that about yourself before the moment arrives. If this changed the way you see the world, the next video on your screen will change the way you see yourself. Click it now. And if you're fascinated by the psychology behind everyday life, subscribe, because we're just getting started.